Do you know the most hollow, most powerful, and perhaps the most misunderstood sector of our economy? I am talking about the market that never sleeps. The one with an endless customer base, a product everyone is desperate for, and a revenue stream that does not feel the stings of tax. See, forget crude oil, forget telecoms. The biggest and most profitable business empire in Nigeria is not found in the Niger Delta or on the trading floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. No, it is found in the pulpit. It is found on the prayer mat. It is the church and the mosque. Now, let's get this straight. You see, according to some of the deepest research into Nigerian spiritual economy, the religious sector in the country is estimated to generate a staggering $9 billion annually. Yes, you heard me right. $9 billion annually. Now, this is a number bigger than the entire GDP of many of our African neighbors. Now, it is an economy that is built on something intangible, yet fiercely demanded. I mean hope. You see, the pastors, the imams, the founders, they are not just spiritual leaders, they are CEOs of the biggest, most resilient startups on the continent. Their sermons are not just about salvation only. Mostly they are pitch decks. Their congregation are not just followers. They are guaranteed captive market that shows up every Sunday and also every Friday without a single naira spent on advertising. The product is hope in a nation where hope is a scarce commodity. But it is not just about tithe and offering. That is just the surface of the layer. The real mind bender is in the parallel states they have built. Now think about this. In a country where the government struggle to provide basic amenities, who builds world-class schools with beautiful landscape? The church. Who runs the hospital with modern equipment when public health centers are in shambles? Still the church, and most times the mosques. Who provide vocational training, scholarships, and food palliative? Both the church and the mosques. They have created a social economic infrastructure that operates independently of, and in some cases, better than the government. You see, the government gets to offload its social responsibility, and in return, it gives this institution a special kind of superpower, a tax exemption. That is a game changer. While many small business owners are fighting to survive, battling multiple taxes from different government agencies, a major religious organization can build a university, build a media house, and even own a sprawling real estate empire, and with income from tithes and offering, and all without paying a kobo in tax. It is a competitive advantage that no other business in Nigeria enjoys. Now, I can hear some of you screaming, but they do charity, they help the poor, and yes, they do. But is the charity they do an ethical, fair exchange for the billions they take in and the economic power they actually have? This is the core question. There is no need to ask ourselves, because we all know, but not in anger, that in sober reality, that the charity they provide is not a substitute for public service our government is supposed to be giving us with our taxes. Now, here is a concept I want you to chew on. The spiritual balance sheet. On the asset side, you have billions in offerings, the land, the private jet, the schools, and the brand loyalty that runs deeper than any corporate marketing you can ever achieve. While on the liability side, you have a congregation that is often told that giving is the path to wealth, while their own economic reality gets bleak every day. So what is the solution? We cannot simply say tax them now. No, because the legal framework is complex, and most times the political will is non-existent. But we can start a different conversation. Imagine this. What if we have a national conversation about a spiritual investment mandate? Yes, a spiritual investment mandate that instead of being fully tax exempt, religious organizations with asset and income above a certain threshold were mandated to invest a percentage let's say 10% of their earnings into a national trust fund. This fund will be managed transparently, will be dedicated to providing schools, hospitals, and infrastructures in the most undeserved community. It is not just about punishment, it is about partnership. It is about a collective spiritual duty to uplift the nation. Or consider this: what if we, the customers of these spiritual products, demand more accountability? What if we see the offering plate as not just an offering plate, but the threshold of stakeholders? We should be asking, where are the financial statements? Where is the social impact report? How much of this income is going into private jet versus public good? The offering plate is not just a vessel of faith. It is a real ballot box that can determine Nigeria's economic future. Now, the spiritual economy is not just a sideshow. It is a main event. It is time we start treating it as such. So the next time you hear the word amen or amen, don't just see it as a spiritual affirmation. See it for what it is truly, a powerful economic transaction, and then think about what you want to invest in it, your future or a vision you have no say in. This is Clockwise. We have just scratched the surface. We'll be back next time to peel another layer of Nigeria's economic reality. My name is Providence. See you again.